Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you're having a good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this video. So, Merlin was confirmed for, basically the next update, which is going to come Monday/Tuesday. And interestingly enough, I put up a poll on my channel and a lot of people were saying that they weren't going to summon for her, which is very interesting. Not saying I believe you guys, but yeah, we'll see what happens when she comes out. I think a lot of people are saying they don't want to summon for her because of the collab, but we shall see what happens, right? So I have the video up here. Nothing too crazy. It's literally just a promo for Merlin. You guys can see right now. Hold on, Merlin right here. So Kid Merlin is here, or Lolly Merlin, whatever you want to call her, right? So she's going to be next festival unit. Now, a lot of people, I think, aren't really, I want to say, opening their eyes to Lolly Merlin, right? So I'm going to go over her kit, and I'm just going to basically explain why she basically, for me, right, is the third best festival unit in the game. And I truly believe she is the third best festival unit in the game overall, right? So if we take a look at her kit is very, very good. She's both a support and she's like a DPS unit. So she's very, very good, right? So the daughter of Belial and Merlin. Her first skill is a Power Strike card, which is very strong. Power Strike is the only card that does damage based upon a unit's resistance. So Sario has this, and you guys know how filthy disgusting Sario's Power Strike is. He is the only person besides her that has this. Now, why this is huge? Because she increases her attack-related stats by 1% per 4% of remaining HP. So, that means if she's at max HP, she's going to get 25% boost to her attack-related stats, which is insane. So, basically, she starts off the match with 25% of her, attack-related stats up. It's very strong, especially considering the fact that she has Power Strike. Now, again, this isn't that crazy on a unit that doesn't have a lot of resistance, but it's still going to hit pretty hard. The multipliers are actually really good because it goes from 190 to 285 to 475. So it's going to be very, very strong. So yes, this card is going to completely destroy Escanor. And, basically when I was watching videos of, Lolly Merlin, she's very good against units like the one, Lost Vein Meliodas, even like Assault Melee somewhat, but Assault Melee doesn't have high resistance, but she still does pretty good against him. She completely obliterates Lost Vein. Like, it's actually insane. Even though Lost Vein might be red, he has no crit resistance. He has a lot of resistance. So she gets like a level 2, and she has somewhat of a stack of her attack-related stats. He's pretty done basically. So yeah, very, very strong skill. I think a lot of people again underestimate her in a way because of the fact that her banner is ass. I'm not taking that away. Her banner is just terrible, right? But she herself is a very, very good unit. And I think a lot of people would be dumb to skip the banner. I think one rotation, or maybe like half a rotation, is good. I said that in one of my previous videos. Half to one rotation is good, and then you should stop. Like, if you want dupes in her, fine. But I think she can perform well even without dupes, to be completely honest with you. And the reason for that is because the first part of her passive skill, right? She cannot take more than 40% damage of her own max HP. So basically, she can tank up to 3 hits, regardless of the character, by the way. She cannot be one-shotted. So even if they, want to, let's say they ult rush with Lost Vein, right? Even if he uses his ultimate, he cannot one-shot her because she caps damage at 40% of her max HP. That is insane. I'm telling you right now, if this was lower than 40%, let's say it was like 30%, she would be completely broken. She would be completely broken because she can heal up the damage she takes. Not by a lot, because her life still isn't really that impressive, being at 5% at level 1, and then it goes up to 7%. However, I think you can still do fairly good damage because of the fact that her crit chance and crit damage is not that good. Well, her crit chance is good, but her crit chance isn't the best. But I still think you can do a lot of damage given the right circumstances, right? Because again, keep in mind she has her attack related stats boost on her passive. So I think you can still do pretty decent damage. I'm not saying she's gonna heal as much as Sariel, but she should still heal a decent amount. But let's move down to her second skill. So her second skill, double mana fusion. This is actually a boosted version of basically AoE infect, right? So Green Demon Melee at the moment, I believe, is one of the few units that have an AoE infect. He might be the only one on global right now that actually, let me check, because he might actually be the only unit on global that has an AoE infect, if I'm not mistaken. No, Jenna has infect. So Jenna has an AoE infect, I believe. Yes, she does. Okay, so her and Jenna, what is that, Red Dreyfus, but I think it's a single target infect. Yeah, okay, so I believe it's just Green Meliodas and Jenna are the only characters besides Merlin that have an AoE effect. Now, AoE infect for Merlin is basically boosted because of the fact that she can infect on rank 1, whereas if you go back to Green Demon Meliodas, he can only do it on rank 2. Same thing goes for Jenna, right? However, her damage is decreased because rank 1 for I guess you can call this V1 infect because they didn't buff it, right? So V1 infect 135% on rank 1, and then on, Merlin's rank 1 it's 110%, but she can infect on, her first, rank 1. So basically she's guaranteed to put on an infect. Now what this does is actually very strong. It cucks Elizabeth in the one so hard, because if she puts this up, Goddess Elizabeth's ultimate does not work. It nulls it, and then the one cannot heal, right? Because you're infecting him. Until he gets his debuff immunity, he cannot heal when you put this on. Again, this will do pretty decent damage on rank 2. Rank 1, it's pretty awful. I'm not gonna lie. Her worst enemy might actually be like Tarmiel. Not even kidding. Like Tarmiel, Estarossa, and Green Gother. Maybe if you even want to put like I don't know, someone who tanks, right? Blue Dediete. That might be her worst team to face, because she can do pretty decent damage. Keep in mind, she is support / DPS, so you cannot just expect her to do like, oh my god, she's gonna do the one like damage close to the 1. No, she's a support / DPS character. She's very, very good again, but like she's not gonna go in there like with incredible, insane damage dealing numbers, right? She's a very good unit, but she's support. Her race is unknown, so you can't run Green Gother with her. Now I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh my god, I can't use Green Gother, how will I ever play the game? She's still good because of this, because of this passive, so she doesn't technically need Green Gother. She really doesn't. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Even if Green Gother was on her team, she would get a huge buff, right? If you could use Green Gother. However, she basically has her own way of increasing her attack related stats, and I'm glad they did this. Even though, again, it is based on her, remaining HP, it's still very good. It's still very, very good. So yes, still good. Her infect card, very, very good. Now her ultimate is interesting. They decided to give her Goddess Elizabeth's barrier, but on ultimate. Now I found this ultimate to be decently strong. Again, it isn't AoE. It doesn't have like shatter. It doesn't have charge. It doesn't have like, I don't know, anything else that will buff the damage on it, right? It's just a base 400 and then 600 once you're at 6 out of 6. However, it will create a barrier around all allies equal to, well, 5% on rank or 1 out of 6. It's what is it? 20%? Yeah, 20%, 6 out of 6. So what that means is, I would say until you get to even like 4 out of 6 is a stretch, the barrier isn't that strong. It's still a Goddess Elizabeth barrier, but it isn't like, that strong, especially if you don't deal a crazy amount of damage, right? Let's say you're low HP and you don't have a big increase to attack related stats. It's really not going to hit all that hard. I mean, it is still a barrier. It might be able to save you, but I found that watching like PvP vids, it ain't like the craziest, right? It's nothing to write home about, but it's still a very good ultimate since it does have Goddess Elizabeth's barrier. So yeah, that's where it's very, very good at. And again, it is an AoE ultimate, 600% multiplier on 6 out of 6. Even 400% multiplier is still good, right? It's still very good. But yeah, so she is very, very good. Teams that you can run with her like main team at the moment, I believe, would kind of be with the collab units, because you can run Festival Merlin, Amelia, and Rem. However, I know a lot of people like to run Merlin with like Goddess Elizabeth, simply for the fact that, you know, Goddess Elizabeth can help her stay alive. She can heal her on her ultimate. Again, you guys already know what Goddess Elizabeth does, right? She basically is a cancer unit, and then people like to run her with the 1. I mean, that's a good setup, I guess, but it's, in my opinion, I don't think he's necessarily needed for Merlin's team. He's just a straight up DPS, but I don't think he's necessarily needed. A better unit, I would honestly say, would be like Red Gother. Red Gother with Merlin is actually strong because of the attack seal. He can still rank up, and his passive will still increase attack, not attack related stats, but attack, as long as he doesn't take damage, which is very, very rare, but it can still happen, right? So attack ceiling, ranking up, and then ultimate. He's gonna probably make a big renaissance once Merlin drops. I'm just saying that right now. So if you didn't work on him before because you just cared about Green Gother, you might want to start working on Red Gother, because he's going to make a pretty huge renaissance once she drops. And I definitely probably will be using him alongside Merlin, because it's just a strong combo to, you know, disable their attack skills, ranking up Merlin so that way she can actually do, you know, pretty decent damage on her AoE infect. So probably will be using him a lot more often. But yeah, we'll see. I myself, again, I'll say this. I think she's just a good unit. I think she's just a balanced, good unit overall. Like, I don't think she's crazy OP busted. I don't think, like, she's like, oh my god, I need to summon for her right now. No, like, I'm not going to simp for a lolly Merlin, right? But, I would say half a rotation to a rotation. If you get her on one rotation, just stop. That's my honest advice. But if you want to keep going, that's all you, right? But yeah, man, that's it, I guess. There's nothing much else to say about Merlin, the daughter of Beliwallo. And, you know, when she comes out, she drops. Probably will be summoned on her. But yeah, we shall see what happens. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far into the video, I love you all. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And as always, I will see you all next time.